Hello there, very warm greetings to you. My name is Nick, we're on the ZX Spectrum, and we're looking at a rather classic game here which you might have heard of if you owned this computer back in the day. We're revisiting Deathchase, or 3D Deathchase, published by Micromega in 1983. Now essentially, the year is 2501, the North American continent is ruled by mighty warlords in constant conflict over forest territory, who'd have thought it, and you must patrol the forest looking out for goons and shooting them essentially. You're a mercenary. So here we go on our bike. There are helicopters that go across every now and again and tanks, but I've never been able to destroy those. There's 8 sectors to go through, and basically you must shoot 2 of these bikers in each section. If you're going full speed, you might not be able to hit them, and they need to be in range. So there's one. Let's see if we can get another one. Now it's quite jarring sounds on this, but a classic nonetheless. 1983 come out the same year as Return of the Jedi from Star Wars. And I like to think of this as, instead of being on a motorbike, because I'm sure it must be heavily influenced by that, I'm on a speeder's bike going through the planet of Endor. Bit of a coincidence. Now, you'll see these trees. Each stage the trees get more and more plentiful, and it gets easier to smash into them. You see our lives down the bottom there at 3, and the amount of money we've earned as a mercenary, right? Stay on target. Yeah, I'm not very good. I think I might have destroyed one of those helicopters in the distance a few times, but it didn't happen very often. Now look on the right under high score. When that's flashing, the enemy are in range. Right, so more bikes. A great 3D environment this. Remember 1983 really would blow your socks off as an awesome game. There weren't too many 3D games about the place. The sound is, you know, a bit jarring but good for the time. Come on, get that yellow biker. Whoa, don't crash into the trees. Now there's 8 stages on this. By the time you get to the last one, well, try and find your way through that. It's crazy. As we go on to the night patrol. If you had this one back in the day, let me know. Now when it was released, the full price of the game was £6.95, which is pretty much standard, maybe on the high end, but it did get re-released a few years later for £2.99. Bargain. Right, 2 bikers. There's a tank. I don't know who that belongs to. There's one, right? So there's been some sort of like mighty war that has led to this, and we've been bombed back essentially to this Mad Max sort of environment, Return of the Jedi speeder bike thing, and yeah, we must save the day. All the trees are the same. I'm doing quite well, aren't I, on this go? Right, so check it out. Nothing's in range so far. We've got a yellow bike and a magenta bike in the distance, and they must die because they're trying to take over our super territory. And we can't have them destroying our super territory, can we? It's our super territory. Man, there's no limit to how far left or right you can go. Just avoid those trees. There's no time limit on this one. Right, I've got him now. I've got him now. Stay on the leader. Oh, good stuff. Do your own burrs. So it's well worth revisiting this one. Deathchase. Also known as 3D Deathchase because it's 3D. Right, I nearly have to concentrate now. Haven't crashed into any trees yet, but it's going to become a regular occurrence. Now, oddly, these missiles we're firing, they're unlimited. They can destroy bikes and machinery and helicopters, but they can't destroy trees. Yeah, I don't know what the trees are made out of. Some sort of, like, diamond, perhaps. There's one. Get the second fella. He's not winning. There's 2. So, 2 bikers on each stage. Now, if you completed this, let me know. I presume it leaps round to the end. We're on section 4 out of 8. More and more trees getting planted all the time on this weird, strange earth. Whoa! You can slow the bike down to get better manoeuvrability, but you don't want to lose sight of these bikers in the distance. Right, come on. Come on. We could just wait for them to crash naturally. It'd be good to shoot a tank at some point. Oh, man. Right, there's one. This yellow guy, sure we got him. Ugh. I think when I lose one life, I think I'm going to lose all my lives here. Now, imagine a remake of this. This would be good. Imagine photorealism and going like this. This would be absolutely super exciting with a VR helmet on. Remake Deathchase, please. Oh, God. With real trees and different trees. They're all the same trees here. Red tree trunks. Oh, man, I've lost sight of the bike completely. I'm just trying to stay alive now, like the Bee Gees always used to do. Oh. Right, it's opened up a little bit. We've got a few shots. Oh. Come on. Right, he's just over there to the right. We can sweep across. Right, he's in range. Good. Boom. There we go. So we've made $15,000 so far. That's good for a day's work, isn't it? Yes. If I can do streaming and make that, I'll be able to make this full time. Haven't done streaming yet. I'm looking into it. My main worry is that no one will watch because no one knows it's on. But anyway, there's people streaming all over the place. But we can make it sufficiently funny. Good. Kaboom! Right, that was good. I risked through there very quickly. So we've got 3 lives left. We're on the day patrol on section 5. Gonna get very hectic now. I don't know what engine this... Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy now. I don't know what engine this bike's got in it. Oh dear, that's happened. We crashed into a tree, but we're still alive. Staying alive. Oh god, 1 life left. Maybe I should slow down a bit. I've been going full speed through here. But let's slow down a little bit and just weave our way round. You know, it's like trying to negotiate yourself around a wall, I think, now. How many trees are there? Count them. Right, okay, so to get to section 8, you'd have to be quite a bit of a genius on this. You can't just full throttle it from about section 5 onwards. You really need to find your way through. So I can see the 2 bikers out in the distance there. We're nowhere near them at the moment. Right, we're coming close to them. Just stay alive long enough. Oh man, these trees just jump out of nowhere. Oh, there we go, and I'm dead. It's game over. We got blood on our pullover, as the old rhyme goes. You can do keyboard if you want. I find it easier on joystick. Written by Mervyn S. Court in 1983. I do like the early 80s. What a great era that was. I don't know what part these tanks and helicopters actually play. Obviously the enemy's trying to take over the forest. Now, doesn't this look blank now, stage 1? There's hardly any trees anywhere. We're like going through the park. This looks well easy now. Good. So it's a good learning curve to get you into it. The idea of the game's basic, but the programming is very complicated for 1983. Great. Deathchase. What a great game this is. Fantastic game. One of the classics. I hope you had it back in the day. If you didn't have it back in the day, but you own a real Spectrum now, or just emulation, it's well worth tracking this one down. Good work from Micromega. Right, we'll call this one the last go. We'll see how far we get. I doubt I'm going to complete the game. Although it's night time, the lighting is exactly the same. It's just that you've got a black sky rather than a cyan sky, which isn't a bad thing. It gives you a bit of an incentive that you're getting somewhere, doesn't it, really? Would like to see the programming of this one. Let's give him a chance to shoot that helicopter then. That was quite nice of it. Burr. Yeah, okay. So I don't think you can get away with these sounds nowadays. It's very jarring on the ears, but acceptable for 1983. And you know, I'm getting a warm buzz from it. It's just screaming out zxspectrum retro to me. This. I'm not sure if it did come out on any other 8-bit systems. You know, if you do know that, let me know. Did it make it to the Amstrad CPC or the Commodore 64? Not sure about that. Not sure. Be good to compare it if it did. Right. Floor it, big nose. So it is a motorbike, but really, I think most kids would have not read the instructions and just pretended this was an extension of Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I think so. I said those tanks, what would they be? Scout walkers, I suppose. They could do a Star Wars version. That would be quite good. It's one of those games where I don't think there's many mods for it. Some games seem to be susceptible to lots and lots of different mods, like Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. This one, to my knowledge at least, hasn't had any mods at all. I'm sure you could mod it, put different trees in. Yeah, anyway. Boom. Boom. Oh, come on, blue person. Come on, blue person. Come on, blue person. That's it. We're all not taking over our forest today and taking all our mighty nice wood. We need that to make tables and rulers and trousers. Wooden trousers. If you've got wooden trousers, comment below. Right. I think Pinocchio might have wooden trousers, mightn't he, really? I don't know who these guys are in the lead. We don't know if they're any rival gang. All we know is it's the year 2501. We're in the future. And these are bad guys trying to take over the forest by, I don't know, driving their motorbike through it seems. They're not going to pass their driving test through here. What's happened to all the roads? Right, the high score is 17890. I'm currently on, well, coming up to 11,000 as I poodle through there. It's night time, we're in the forest, and it's something a bit dubious about being in the forest at night time, unless you're an official camper or something. I imagine you get loads and loads of points if you can take out one of those helicopters, but you need the timing. They don't stay still very long. It's a bit like a Space Invaders, where you've got to time it perfectly to shoot one of those UFOs going across the top. At the back of all the fleet that are in the way. The fleet this time being the trees. Would have liked an option really It's been very picky now to actually have a different weapon that could take out a few trees, maybe limited, like some sort of special missile. That would have been good when you got into a bit of bother. And already now we're starting to run out of talent. I think we lost a life earlier than last time. That was close. That was close. Right, let's get this. The range thing isn't flashing at the moment. It should flash quite soon. Right, there must be. It's flashing now. So there's one taken out. Where is the yellow biker? Oh, yes, good. Right, 8 stages. What stage are we on now? I'm losing count. I'm losing count. Stage 4. So we're halfway through the game. I don't know if there's a game over sequence when you get to the end. I've never completed it, I'd have to say. I think there is a poke out there somewhere from maybe Infinite Lives. So, you know, there probably could be a finer way of doing it, but it'd probably just say game completed or something and start again. But there's so many trees about the place, you need top reactions after a certain point, like Master Yoda from Star Wars. I think this engine might need a service. It's sounding a bit like a rotary engine. Ooh, yep. Right. Stage 5, staying alive. Which we certainly are. Look at these trees, they're magenta and red. Don't know what sort of tree that is. If you do know what sort of tree it is, then comment below. The magenta and red tree. No squirrels around the place, no wildlife. No hedgehogs to try and avoid. It's just us in the open forest. It's nicely kept though, it's like a golfing fairway. Obviously the gardeners are doing well here in this future 2501. If you are watching this still on YouTube near 2501, comment below. Is the future a bit like this, or did we get it all wrong? I mean, it might be archived somewhere. You might be watching this from a database on Mars or somewhere, or one of the moons of Saturn. If you are, comment in the comment section below. That'd be exciting. I might be long dead unless I've been resurrected as a head in a jar or something. And it's game over again. Well, you know, I think you know what I think of this game. It's absolutely fantastic. It's retro goodness, really clever idea, ties in Return of the Jedi unofficially to a certain extent. So brilliant, brilliant, and I don't mind the sounds as well, jarring as they are. So hope you liked having a look at that one. That was revisited time on Deathchase, published by Micromega in 1983. Came out on the zxspectrum 16K, but I played it on the 48K emulated. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro, then put that below. You're always more than welcome. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.